Hey, so if you've ever thought that software testing is just one simple thing, you might be in for a surprise. Today, we're going to break down the different types of testing and, more importantly, why getting them right is absolutely crucial for building software people actually want to use.
You know, when most people hear software testing, they probably imagine someone just clicking around a screen looking for problems. But the reality? It's way more complex. It's actually a whole bunch of different activities, and each one is designed to check a very specific part of an application.
And this is exactly why this matters so much. If you're using the wrong kind of test, you're basically looking at the software with one eye closed. You could be missing some huge show-stopping bugs just lurking under the surface. It's all about using the right tool for the job to find those problems before your users do.
Okay, so let's jump right in and really unpack this idea that testing isn't just a single task. Here's a really helpful way to think about it. Imagine you have two different lenses. Each one gives you a completely unique view of the software. One lens shows you what the software is doing, while the other shows you how well it's doing it. So let's get a closer look at these two lenses. This gets to the heart of what we're talking about today, the huge difference between testing what a system does versus how it works. So first up, we've got functional testing. And really, this is all about verification. It's like you have a checklist, right? A list of requirements for what the software is supposed to do. Well, functional testing is the process of going down that list and checking everything off. Does it actually do what we designed it to do? Think about some super concrete actions, right? Can a user successfully log in with a correct password? When you click Buy, does the payment actually go through? Does that contact form send the information where it's supposed to? These are all about verifying the core functions. If these things fail, the app is just fundamentally broken. Okay, so now let's swap out that lens and put on the other one. This is non-functional testing. This isn't about what the application does, but how well it does it. This is where we check the quality, the behavior, the user experience, all those things that decide if people stick around or just get frustrated and leave. So here, the question isn't if you can log in, but how fast is that login process? That's performance. We're not asking if a payment goes through, but if that transaction is secure. Or is the app even easy to use? Is it intuitive? That's usability. These are the qualities that really build trust and keep users coming back. All right, if you walk away with just one thing today, let it be this. Functional testing checks what the system does. Non-functional testing checks how well the system performs. That is the key distinction right there. Okay, theory's great, but let's make this super practical. We're going to take these two concepts and apply them to something we all use, an online shopping app. So check this out. On the left, you've got the functional tests, the absolute must-haves. Can you search for stuff? Can you add it to your cart? Can you actually pay for it? But then look over on the right. If the site is painfully slow, or if it crashes during a big sale, or, worst of all, if it leaks your credit card data, does it even matter that the other parts work? You need both to have an app that people will actually trust and use. Okay, so why does all of this matter to you? Well, if you're ever interviewing for a quality assurance job, I can almost guarantee this topic is gonna come up. Picture this. You're sitting in the interview and the hiring manager leans in and asks this exact question. And your answer? Simple, clear, and confident. The two main types are functional and non-functional testing. Now, you know what's coming next, right? The natural follow-up is going to be to explain the difference. And this is where you can really shine. You just break it down for them. Functional testing is all about verifying that the app meets its specific requirements. On the other hand, non-functional testing is about evaluating qualities like performance, security, and how easy it is to use. And for the final part, they're gonna want to see that you can connect the dots. They'll probably ask for a few examples. And this is easy, right? For functional, you can talk about really specific user actions like logging in, making a payment, or validating a form. And for non-functional, you can mention those broader system qualities like how it performs, how it handles a lot of users at once, and, of course, security. Okay, we've gone through the theory, we've looked at some real-world examples, now it's your turn. Let's do a quick practice run to lock this in. I want you to think about a food delivery app, whatever one you use. Now, can you come up with two functional test scenarios? Maybe something like searching for a restaurant or adding a pizza to your order. And then, how about two non-functional ones? Like, how quickly do the search results pop up? And is your payment information being kept safe? Just taking a minute to think through this really makes the concept stick. And that right there is the big takeaway. This isn't about functional versus non-functional testing. You absolutely have to have both. They're two sides of the same coin, and you need them working together to deliver a truly high-quality product that users will love. So, we've covered a ton of ground today, but honestly, we're just scratching the surface. For instance, in our examples, we mentioned both performance testing and load testing as non-functional types. But are they the same thing? What's the real difference between them? Well, that's a great question, and it's exactly what we'll dive into next time. Thanks for joining.